this video I am going to be taking you over my gym session. So I'm going to be taking you over my upper body gym session. Now, in this gym, I'm lucky enough to have the whole gym to myself, so I didn't disturb anyone filming. But if you do want a workout routine, this is an upper body gym session, so follow along and take some tips, or just enjoy the relaxing ASMR. So starting off, we did lat pull down on this machine here. So in this session, we never went too heavy. We just focused more about the movement. So nice full reps all the way up, stretch and down, all the way up, stretch and down. To be honest, some sessions I don't focus on the weight at all. I'm more focused on the movement, the technique, just to reset my body, especially after a long day. As you can see by my trousers, I was painting all day, so I'm a little bit tired, but I definitely wanted to get a session in. So we're setting up after lat pull down. We are on the flat bench. Now, like I said, this is nice and lightweight. Just getting the full movement all the way down, touching the chest and fully extending all the way back up, okay? I don't want to move too slow, but I'm keeping the pace up, keeping the energy high. Keeping the energy high is important, Like I said, not every session you need to go full 100% on weight. You can focus on technique and form just as long as you're getting the lift in. I was feeling a little bit stiff, as you can see. But yeah, that was flat bench. And to be honest, how good am I matching the colour of the gym? It's like I'm a brand ambassador of the gym, Rest in between about 30 seconds to a minute where I'm not going heavy. My muscles can take it. Okay, I'm just getting prepped for some pull-ups. Just taking that accessory off the cable machine. So I have some space, and I am just going to do 5 pull-ups here. Like I said, my back was tired, my shoulders were tired. I didn't want to injure myself, so it's more about the movement rather than the weight and stuff like that, okay? I just wanted to get some pull-ups in, and to be honest, I need to improve my pull-ups again. I used to be able to do 20 pull-ups easy, but now I struggle with about 12 because I bulked up, and if you bulk up, pull-ups become a different breed. So every exercise I am supersetting. So I just done a back pull-ups, and now I'm gonna do a chest. I'm gonna do a chest exercise here. So just on the chest press, just loading the weights, keeping the pace nice and high, and just carry on moving. Like I said, focus on the movement. Cool. Yeah, my arms are aching, but we get it done. Nice, breathe, relax, full movements, nice and easy. No rushing it, no injuries being caused. Just enjoy the workout and go through the movement. I was just checking, I think someone come in. It's quite an empty gym because I went quite late tonight. Okay, perfect. Like I said, each exercise I tend to do for about 8 to 12 reps, sometimes 15 if I feel it. I just feel how I feel in the moment. And I do 3 sets per exercise, and that gives me a good enough pump. Sometimes I do 4 sets, and to be honest, if my body feels injured, sometimes I only do 2 sets. I just go with the way my body feels. So after that, I go on to some back row, to really pump up those lats and to really gain the mass on the back. So I tend to do quite a lot of back because I like to have a nice big strong back rather than a skinny frame. I like to do quite big movements, and that's how I've always trained. So nice strong movements, stretch all the way down, and back up, all the way down, drive them elbows back, nice straight back as well. Your back doesn't need to be rounded, because if your back is rounded, then you're gonna cause injuries. So nice and straight back, okay? Perfect, 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 perfect. You're doing a fantastic job. Okay, I'm just on the cable machine now. I'm gonna start incorporating a little bit of arms, and I'm gonna work on my triceps, because you need big triceps to lift big weights. Okay, it's one of those muscles that people forget about. They assume if you want a big bench, you just gotta work on your chest. No, you need to work on your triceps, your forearms, your elbows, your shoulders. It's a full body exercise, okay? So this is tricep push down, nice full reps. Some people like to stop it halfway, but I like to get the full movement and really stretch my tricep all the way up. As long as it's nice and controlled, to be honest, I probably could have controlled it a little bit better. Then we go on to some incline bench, which hits your front delts and your top of your chest as well, and obviously your triceps as a secondary muscle, so keeping the pace nice and high. I don't want to injure myself, but keeping controlled at all times, okay? That's the secret of the game: consistency, control, getting the full movement so your body develops well, okay? And then putting it back nice and safely. Now, I like training on my own, but if you do not like training on your own, that is totally fine, Just find a training partner, and it might be a little bit safer. As you can see, I go straight into a next exercise, which is going to be upright row for shoulders, okay? So nice and up, keep your shoulders nice and high, and just keep the movement nice and fluid, because you don't want to hold it at the top for too long, because that's where people start getting injuries. Like I said, this is more like a recovery session, again. This one is just for me, just to go through the movements, get a little bit of pump, get a little bit of blood flowing around, okay? Now we're going on to triceps. So we're doing tricep extensions. I forgot what that was called, to be honest, on the bench. Keeping our elbows nice and tucked in, really focusing that weight on our triceps, As you can see, all the movement is controlled as can be. And like I said, my arms were burning. Nice 10, 11, 12, whatever reps. Put it down. Oops, knocked over my water bottle then. Sometimes that happens. And then straight onto biceps. You gotta grow those biceps, you know. You know what they say, girls for the girls. Yeah, well, I shaved off my hair, so my curls are gone, but they will grow back. So I've got to do these curls instead. Amazing. There you go, keeping the tempo nice and high. This is not a session where we show off. And by the way, make sure you do your abdominal muscles. At the end or the start of each workout. Never forget your abdominal muscles. Just do some leg raises. It's enough. Do 15, 20 times 3. It's enough just to keep them ticking over, okay? Obviously you can do more at home, but when you're at the gym you don't really need to do that much for abdominals, because if your posture is right and your form's right, your abs should be engaged the whole workout anyway. Now, I had to take off my t-shirt and test how big my arms look. And the way you can gauge someone's strength in their arm is by how big their elbows look. And I have to say mine look pretty big. What do you think? Let me know. Anyway, let me know if you found this helpful. It's coming up to the end of the workout. Nice, quick voiceover, ASMR voiceover that you can learn something from. Take care. This has been Brad ASMR. Thank you for choosing Brad ASMR for your relaxation. Make sure you click on the screen now to experience more tingles.